Hey, everybody, welcome to Rebound to Riches. I am your co host, Bree, and I'm here with Coach Elle. We're going to be talking all about how you can love yourself to wealth. Hi, Elle. Welcome.
Hi, Bree. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with Bree, and she's a beautiful lady and a podcaster that I'm really love to work with. She knows what the right questions to answer and get to the bottom of it. So it's always nice to be partner up with you, Bree.
Thank you.
Um, I don't know if, did we talk about why we put this, I guess, live podcast or event together just to see or just to tell people that yes, there's always everybody knows that I'm a conscious uncoupling and calling in the one coach. So it's mostly people who are after the breakup or divorce, that those emotional wounds that comes up. And then a lot of times it's also the money situation, uh, because a lot of us are codependent emotionally and monetarily. So how can we balance the two? How can we just separate the two after the relationship that sometimes lasts for 20 years or 30 years or 10 years? And yes, it's a space that is very delicate, especially if there are children involved, to be able to uncouple in a way that is conscious, that is loving, that is healthy for both sides, not just one side. So I have been working with couples and clients who have been in that space. And it's all about understanding how to uncouple in a way that is beneficial for both sides and not just thinking about your side of the scenario. Because in each situation, and I just give you example, me as an example. When I came out of my own relationship, it took me a while to understand what was my 2% that I put in the relationship, that's why it didn't work. And it was mostly because of my own childhood traumas. It was because of my own limiting beliefs about myself and has nothing to do with my partner. So I know it's hard to get that part because we are in that space of blaming the other partner. But let's let's open ourselves up. Let's open our mind and our eyes and ears in a deeper version of understanding what went in that space. So I do have a YouTube videos about talking about these in a more detailed way. So you can just take a look at that. It's under my name. So we have a limited time here, but every week we're going to come on and talk about what is that. So look at your 2%. Think about if you're out of that relationship and look at what was your distribution in this interaction that made it not work. Sometimes it's all because of those limiting beliefs. We feel negative about who we are, and then the reactions becomes negative to our partners. So let's just look at that. um, if I'm thinking that everybody that I love would leave me, that's my assumption from childhood, then how am I interacting with my partner? How am I interacting with everybody around me? Am I holding on because I don't want them to leave me because of that wound from the past? Is that comfortable when you think about it for other people? If somebody like holds on to you like that, would that be okay with you? If that's the issue that I had in the past, and if I hold on to my partner so tight that there is no way of breathing. So it's all those small things that we kind of put. It's like a layers of onion. You're opening that layer of onion each time that you think about it, if, each time that you journal, each time that you have a conversation, and And sometimes it's best to have a conversation with someone who has been trained to really help you with your emotions. Because if not, if you talk to your friend, or if someone who has been doesn't understand the background of what has happened between you and your partner, then they cannot give you that the special route to get to the next level. And it's all about those reflections that we do on ourselves, all those times that we sit down and really look back. So the other part of this is that the monetary was that you are connected. A lot of um, discussions between couples are about money. So how can we look at that? Are we in that space that we can be independent and make our own money, and our partner makes his own money, and then we do also get together in and have a way of putting our monies together and make our life work better, so nobody would be in that space of anger or disappointment, or I'm doing everything and you're not, or blame. So tell us, what do you think about all this? Maybe you can send us some answers or questions or ideas that went through your mind when you're listening to this today.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely want to hear from you and what are you struggling with, and there are so many struggles. I want to get back to the first part of what you were saying, where we take a lot of, we don't realize we're taking all these experiences from our past and how they're playing out in our present, right? We don't associate that, we don't see how they correlate. And you're so good at connecting those dots for people. And so once you get those dots connected and understand, oh, I'm doing this because of this, then we can go back to that beginning part where it all started and heal that part of ourselves. And then that'll in turn will make what we're dealing with now better. And it may work that it enriches and makes that relationship better that you're in, or it might be the way to help remove yourself and feel good about what you're doing and what's good, the best thing for you.
Mhm.
So talk a little bit about maybe an experience that you had where something like that has happened and you've worked with a client on that, without obviously giving any names out and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
like share a little bit about what it's like to go through something like that.
Yeah. So I can, the best example is I work with a couple. And at the beginning, it was interesting because I could see the disappointment. I could feel the kind of a deep anger. But the way that we worked together was understanding each other childhood traumas individually. And it was not, we didn't, I tried, I was in the middle, not doing blame from each side to the other person. So we cleared. And it was interesting when they both saw and heard and felt the other person's childhood interactions that made them to be this person today. And then the exercises that we did together, and I brought them back from that 5-year old, 7-year old, or 10-year old to this adult of today. After the 5-week program, it was interesting. Their business, because they worked together also, their business went amazing. They got a big, huge contract, a new contract. And when they come back and I asked them, I said, why do you think you got the contract uh, after or during this, our sessions? And they said, because now I understand how everything works in me, who I am deeply. So that's why we put riches. I mean, this the name of our, I guess, talk is Rebound to Riches, because when you understand all that way of being and who you have identified yourself with in the past, and you become this new person of today, of actually your true self, then your health improves, your wealth improves, and your relationship improves, because you will talk to the other person from that deeper part of you that is it's loving. You talk or you interact with your clients in a work environment in a different way. You can communicate better. You don't go to that past experience of negative interactions, and then when you talk is negative and you just talk to the person blaming. A lot of people, a lot of us do that. We just don't, our thoughts are from the past. It's not from just now, today. So yes, improve it, when you clear all that. And this, I mean, this couple, I was amazed, they did it in 5 weeks.
Wow.
So everything around you improves. So that's something that to
That's
look at.
huge. Yeah, that is huge. And really, it's getting out of your own way. A lot of the things that block us, a lot of the things that, oh, I want all these things and I never can get them. I can't do this. I'm in, all these things that we're wanting in our life that we're like, we talk about, oh, I want to get these things, but it just doesn't happen for me. It's for some reason that's not, I'm not making it, I'm not doing this, I'm not getting clients, I'm not having a successful marriage, I'm not, whatever all of those different things are. And we don't often realize that we are in our own way, and that the only way to get to that place of where we want to be and things that we want in our life is to go back and really look at how we handle certain situations and why we do the things we do in a certain way, and heal those parts of ourselves so that we can come, like you said, a loving approach, a more kinder approach. We're not, how we feel about ourselves is projected outwards at everyone around us. So if you're wondering why you're getting, whether it's a casual conversation or with the person that's the love of your life, you wonder why things aren't going the way you want them to, it's probably because you're not projecting out that loving soul of who you can be, that we all have within us if we take the time
Mhm.
to look deeper.
Yeah, it's because our energies are from the energies of the past. We identify ourselves from those past experiences. So, a quick example. I know we only have a few minutes. Um, I had a client that his interaction with his partner was big. This was the second marriage. When we talked about it, she said, "Oh, my ex would always blame me for that, this and that." So when he was talking to his new, partner, the assumption was because of the past, she's going to blame me. So he was always hiding. He was always not being open to say exactly what comes out from his heart, from his mind, because fear, afraid of
Mm-hmm.
those past experience. As soon as we clear that, I mean, even his eyes opened up, and I said, "Okay, so what do you think now? Uh, Imagine this is a new way of being, and how can you communicate today from the space that is comfortable, from the space that there is no fear of rejection? Because in the past, you felt rejected every time that you brought up something. So yes, it's just interesting that we interact with people around us from our old interactions with our exes, if it's from the past, our mothers, fathers, our siblings, whoever we have had negative interactions from the past. And sometimes people say, "Oh no, I don't. Everything was fine. My childhood was this and that." But there's always something. If you identify yourself from that negative part, then there is always a way to bring you back to who you are, a loving, kind person that you are today.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And it also opens you up to all of the abundance that's out there for you. When we
Mhm.
talk about wealth, and we're going to talk more about wealth next week and how all of this plays into the wealth. And wealth can mean a lot of things. It's money, but it's also that love of ourselves and love of the people around us, and how our lives are a lot richer when we are loving ourselves. It's kind of like we grab that oxygen mask and put it on first so that we can
Yeah.
help those around us. Well, that oxygen mask can be healing these pieces of our past, these parts of ourselves that we may not even realize are there, but they are. And how once we make that shift, it can open us up to an abundance in our lives. So thank you, Elle, for doing this with us today. I wanted to give you a chance before we wrap things up. Cheryl, just one more thing with us, a little bit, a tip that we can take with us today to try at home, to be more loving to ourselves.
Yes, this is the exercise that I learned so many years ago, and I tell my clients about it. So every morning, that would be something, a ritual that you can do, and look in the mirror, into your eyes, and see if you can tell yourself, you're beautiful, I love you, you're gonna have a great day. Because sometimes, because of the past experiences, we are not able to look into our eyes and tell ourselves that I love you. The negative emotions comes out, shame comes out a lot. Sometimes I have clients who it takes them a couple of weeks to get to that point, or sometimes longer. But try this. This is a tip. Let's see if you can get up in the morning, look in the mirror in your eyes, and tell yourself that I love you. You're gonna have a great day. And if you can't, and the negative thoughts comes, it's okay. Stay with those negative thoughts for a few minutes and try it again the next day, um, and see what else comes up for you. So that's something that they can try. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. Yes, I think it's so important. It might seem silly or be like this, how is this going to help me? But really try it. Really, really try it, because it does make a difference. I've been doing it. I've learned this from Elle, and I've been doing this, and I do say it every morning. I do get in front of the mirror, and it's for myself. I do it for me because I want to have a great day, and I want to be kind and loving to so many people. And then it all starts with me, right? It all starts with being kind and loving to ourselves. And this is our way of really setting that tone for the day. So check back in with us. Let us know how it works for you. We're going to be back here next week. We're going to be shifting into the wealth side of things, and following up with you. So thanks for joining us on Rebound to Riches. We'll be back next week. We'll see you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Elle, for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brie.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.